What's going on, YouTube? This is Trainer JI, and today we have a PSA graded submission video, 100 cards. It's been a while. It's been a long time, months. Haven't submitted in a while. Have nothing at PSA currently, but it's new year. I got inventory kind of, well, I'm not going to say I have it dealt with as far as PSA graded stuff, as I look to my left and have about 400 cards. Actually, it's more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 500-ish cards that haven't been listed, and another probably 200 behind me. So can't say I got caught up, but yeah, it's time to submit. It's time to get this stuff in. So it's been a while. I think this is number like 27, 28, something in the list. But yeah, the way this works for anyone that's new and hasn't seen one of these yet, I take videos of everything I submit to PSA, and then obviously when it comes back, you get to see what graded. This is all old back stuff. This is all going to be in what in English should be WotC era, base set to the end of Neo. Yeah, 100 cards. This will be headed in, I guess, tomorrow. It kind of feels weird. I'm going to do a submission and send stuff out. It's kind of strange. It's been months, but here we are. But yeah, 100 cards. Let's get through them. I won't go too into detail on a lot of this stuff, just for the simple fact that you'll see it when it gets back. So first up, we have base set stuff here. We have Alakazam, living his best life. Magneton. And again, this is all going to be base until it changes. Magneton. Got Hitmonchan. Nice swirl there. Clefairy. Looks like a nice swirl there as well on that one. Nidoking. Yeah. Man, it's cool going through this stuff. This stuff is, I don't know, I guess it goes through phases where maybe it's overrated and then it's underrated, but never just kind of like in the middle. And right now, I feel like it's definitely underrated. Or maybe not underrated, but underappreciated. We got Ninetales. Machamp. A lot of orbs on these. Looks like there might be, what is that? Oh, it's just a smudge from a fingerprint. Poliwrath. I guess we can zoom in a little further on these guys, huh? Probably be a little nice to me, wouldn't it? Yeah. Got Raichu. That's better. Squirtle. Just some iconic original art. We'll do a zoom in on old Magikarp here. Mitsuhira, Arita. Just, yeah. It's crazy, man. Old school, old school, old school. Now this one, you're going to wonder why no rarity is written on it. Well, I mean, it's because it's no rarity. So I usually do that just because with base set, it's really easy to like pass by stuff. So if I throw no rarity on there, I know when I'm submitting that, hey, got to write this down as, or put this in as no rarity, and I won't get it twisted. I usually do that too when I get stuff in that's no rarity, just to make sure because it honestly is. I mean, all it is missing the symbol. It's real easy to skim past stuff and just kind of be like, oh, well, I didn't know that. I didn't know that that was no rarity. But yeah, it is what it is. That's how I do it. I just mark it out like that. Ivysaur got covered up there. This is no rarities, Charmeleon's no attack. All right, next up we have Jungle. I don't know why I'm submitting a Cubone, but I am. Apparently this thing looks pretty nice. I do see a little bit of something up there. Maybe it's just in the sleeve. It is very well centered. For me to submit something like this, it must have looked really clean. So I would say bare minimum this is going to come back a 9. But wait till the video when these come back and you see a 6 and you say, man, that guy was an idiot. Because that'll be me. I'm the idiot. All right, we got Clefable, Mr. Mime, Nidoqueen. Man, I did miss doing these videos just because one of the big things I usually do more of a zoomed in look at this stuff, and just gives me a different perspective seeing the cards through the camera, and then also just, I don't know, just appreciate going. It's like taking a little trip down memory lane and appreciating stuff that I haven't seen for a while, and I haven't really looked at old back stuff much lately. So got Electrode. Yeah, man, I must have been desperate. it does look very clean. You gotta think about that, though. All the risk you're taking when you grade something like this. I mean, it's 15 bucks. Sure, the card probably didn't cost a ton, but if you get a 9, you're probably not getting your grading cost back. And in reality, like, how hard is it to find, like, a nice centered, like, mint copy, even if it's just a tentacle? I mean, it's crazy. And even if I graded 10 on this, like, yeah, sure, maybe I make like 20 bucks profit after everything's said and done, 15 bucks. But it's a lot of effort for minimal, but I just can't see not sending something like that I deem as fresh and mint into grade, no matter what it is. So, but we got Tentacle from Fossil, Seadra, the iconic Kabutops. Always really love this artwork. This one's a little off center, but must be clean enough that I thought it would get a 9. Got Raichu. You can see this one's got some hollow bleed going on. Hollow bleed's pretty common with old back stuff, but there is varying severities of it. There are some insane hollow bleeds out there where like the whole card lights up. Like this has the pattern, as you can see it floating around, the speckles. But some stuff, like it actually like shines like the actual hollow. It's that bled through. So those are rarities. I don't see those too often. I did have a Haunter like that I sold. I might have got that on video. I don't know, but that was pretty cool. I got a premium for that, obviously, because it was that much of a hollow bleed. But yeah, it's something you see hollow bleeds a lot, but you don't see like severe hollow bleeds very often. That isn't old back stuff. New back stuff's a different story. All right, we got Magikarp from Rocket. Man, how the styles change. That was Himeno. We got Dark Vaporeon, Dark Charmeleon. Yeah, that's a good one too by Himeno. Another by Himeno. We got Dark Gyarados, Dark Machamp, Dark Doug Trio. Nice swirl on this one. I always thought this was really cool. Like, these Doug Trios are just, like, popping up in somebody's house, like, wrecking somebody's room. It just seems so crazy. Yeah, it's a really pretty card, too. It's probably one of my favorite Doug Trio cards of all time, which, I mean, it's kind of weird to say that. Probably aren't too many cards out there where you'd say, oh, that's my favorite Doug Trio, but that one takes cake probably for me. All right, we got Meowth. This isn't from Rocket. It has a symbol, but this is glossy. This is from the Korokoro magazine. It's a promo. We got Magikarp from Rocket, from Jim Giovanni's, with the other Magikarps swimming around. Pikachu, Lieutenant Surges. Take a little zoom out. You can see this one has some hollow bleed too. It's pretty dead giveaway when you see the spots everywhere, but it doesn't look too flashy. Rocket Zapdos. It's a pretty card. Pretty card. We have Giovanni himself. Lieutenant Surge's Raichu. I mean, again, you can see this is a little bit lighter where it's a little harder to see the speckles, but they're still there. Lieutenant Surge's Raichu. Ooh, look at that. Giovanni's Gyarados with the big swirl. That's a really nice one. Another one of my favorites from Jim, and another nice swirl there. We got Rocket's Mewtwo. We got Giovanni's Machamp. Swirl there. Man, we're hitting all the swirls on the Jim stuff. We have Misty's Horsey. This is one of those that, yeah, Misty's Horsey, excuse me. Misty's Seadra. This is another one of those that a lot of people, I don't know, it just seems kind of like a dull card because, like, in English, like, everybody got the pre-release version, and it was just, like, a bajillion copies of that thing. So this card has, like, a negative connotation because of that. Excuse the yawn. Probably going to hit the hay after I click upload on this one. Cool one here. Also cool that Kadabra's back now in the TCG. We got Sabrina's Kadabra. This one is from I think hers is Yamabuki City gym deck, and the way you tell the difference between regular gym and the various decks were simply just the decks are no rarity. These next two are also from decks as well. We have Brock's Rhydon, the coolest of Rhydons, and then Misty's Tentacruel. Again, those are also from their gym decks. I don't... But Misty's is Hanada City, and Brock's is... Yeah, it's that. It's that. That's what it is. But if you want to find out, you can look it up. But it's that. This one is not no rarity or gym at all. This is actually a Coral Core promo as well. We have Erica's Dratini. I think this is Japanese exclusive, I would assume, but cool card. Moving into Neo, we have the iconic Steelix. I think this is the first Steelix card ever. I remember pulling this in English as a kid, and it was like super cool because like it's like, oh, Steelix, like this is so cool. Like Steelix is like metal type, and metal type's like the new jam. But yeah, it's cool. They did reprint this. I can't remember what set it is. Obviously, it doesn't have the same vibe as this, but you know, still original artwork. Ooh, nice swirl on this one. This is the Typhlosion, and this is the Air version. The Air version is way more common than the actual corrected version. All it is a plus sign, so if this was the corrected version, it would simply say 60 plus like it's supposed to. But that's a nice copy. It's a nice swirl on that one. We have Pichu. Nice hollow bleed on this one. There's an Air version of this one too. I think it has to do with the text box, but I can't pick that out, like just off of looking at the card. To be honest, I can't even remember exactly what it was, what it would look like if it was the corrected version. But that one I think is a little pricier, I think, for the corrected version than what the Typhlosion is, but I could be wrong on that one. I'm sure there's some aficionados out there. Got Ampharos, big hollow bleed on this one. I guess it's a little easier to tell because there's a lot more open space. Kingdra, another one that has the Neo symbol but is not. And again, the easiest way usually to tell when stuff is not from the regular set with old back is if it's no rarity symbol. So with this one, this is from the Neo premium file. The premium file was everywhere back in the day. Even like I would see that at like one of my local card stores, like the Japanese card file. They were that prevalent. I mean, they're still pretty prevalent too. They're common overall, but just kind of gives you perspective of, I mean, even back then when Japanese cards weren't too prevalent here, I mean, they were still everywhere. The files were still everywhere here. It's really nice artwork. I don't know. Just seeing it again, just, I don't know, good vibes. We got Togepi here. This is a Coral Core promo as well. If I would take this out of here, obviously it looks glossy because of the light, but this would be glossy on the card as well. A lot of stuff, super tough to grade. Coral Core promos might be some of the toughest things to grade from this era. We got Neo 2 up next, Discovery, underrated again, in my opinion. Ursaring, or underappreciated, whichever one you want to go with. Really pretty card here. Got the orb and the swirl on this one. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. I don't know why it looked like 6 claws for there for a second. I was going to be a little confused, but no, he's got 5 claws. He's all right. But I remember playing with Ursaring in Gold and Silver. Always thought Ursaring was a really cool Pokemon. We got Houndour. This is, I don't know why. I don't know what the deal with this was, or like as I can't speak, why Houndour got a hollow as well as Houndoom did in Neo 2. I remember pulling this card and thinking it was like a mistake, or it was like some sort of like hidden rare or something like that, because it was like, oh, like why did a basic Pokemon get a hollow? And I still to this day don't understand necessarily why, but this is a great artwork by Kasube. I would assume it's Kasube. Yeah, it's Kasube. You can tell with the lines right away, but I always thought that this was super cool for the simple fact that you're like, oh, like, why does Houndour have a hollow? That kind of seems weird. Also, thinking about it now, it's kind of weird. So this is fire type, but the Houndoom is dark type in this. But yet, it's fire type in Neo 3? Or is it Neo 4? There's 3 Houndooms, I believe, right? Discovery, Revelation. Yeah, it's the Dark Houndoom. It's Destiny. Neo Destiny, it's fire type. But, yeah, just always thought this was, in English, was just so weird. It's like, why is Hound, did they get lazy? Did they not just have, like, another Pokemon they wanted to make a rare? So, like, oh, we'll do Houndour since it's new? Like, I don't know. If you're noticing, I still haven't figured out my whole camera situation yet. We're bobbling all around right now. If you're seasick, I'm sorry. The waves have subsided. We got Poliwrath. This is kind of cool, too. Like, I think, yeah, this is the first time Poliwrath got a fighting type. Yeah, so it was kind of interesting, like, Poliwrath as a holo, but he's fighting type. This is interesting. It's a good card, actually. Shinichi Yoshida. Okay. This is Kazuki, right? Yeah, this is dead giveaway with this style, but we got Hitmontop. Always liked Hitmontop as well. All right, next up we have Neo 3 Rev. We got Entei, the mighty staring off into space Entei. This is also, I think, on the pack art as well, and the box art. We have the Neo 3 premium file stuff. Again, no rarity symbol. We got the Suicune, the Entei, the Sneasel, the Ho-Oh. This got a reprint at 1.2. I think it's like a common card, actually, or an uncommon in one of the sets. I want to say it's like Champion Road, and I want to say that's like the same thing the Steelix came from. We have the Happiest Boy Machamp here, Light Machamp to be exact. This is a rare from the set. I think all these next like 3 are rares as well. So we got Light Machamp, we got Light Dragonair, and it's a beautiful one. Is it light or is it dark? The darkness makes me think it's dark, but the light of the normal type card makes me think it's light. Is he light? Is he dark? I'm going to go with dark Ursaring. Well, I guess I can tell by the characters if they're the same. They are not. So this is dark Ursaring. They're not. They're not. All right. Dark Ursaring. Got it. See, I was right all along. I knew it. I was confident. Oh, this is Neo 4 Destiny, by the way, if you didn't notice. We got Dark Tyranitar. This one's weird. It reminds me of like the Kool-Aid Man on his belly. Maybe not when I just zoomed in there, but, you're taking a quick glance, hey, is that the Kool-Aid Man there? Is that him? Is he Yan through the flames? Maybe he is. But that's just the vibe. I don't really care for this Tyranitar, I'll be completely honest with you. It's not like my favorite. He looks like super chonky boy. I don't like that he's fighting type, even though I get that. Like, I know he's like part fighting. Or not fighting, but ground. I don't know. I just... Not a huge fan of this one. I mean, it's not a bad card. It's just not my favorite Tyranitar in the world. And Tyranitar is a great Pokemon, so, and has a lot of great cards. But oh yeah, Kool-Aid Man, you won't unsee that from now when you look at that card. Another really good one here. We have Dark Crobat cruising through the night sky. He looks a little goofy in the face, but unless you zoom in, you really don't see that. Oh, here, perfect. So. This was what I was saying earlier about the Dark Houndoom. So he's fire type in Neo 4, but in Neo 3 and Neo 2, he's dark type, even though that Houndour is fire type. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to make too much sense out of something that doesn't need to be made sense of. This is a really good artwork. It screams like it has such an old school, like, hand-drawn vibe to it. We have one of my favorites and one that's in my collection. We have the Light Arcanine. It's a beautiful card. I believe I have a PSA. Yeah, I do have a PSA. I hope I have a PSA 10. If I don't, I guess I'll be keeping that. That's what's sad. I'm starting to forget what I have at this point. That's no bueno. Guess it means I either need to look at what I have more often, which is sad, excuse me, because this thing actually is in my display case. So I guess I'll have to look at that. I think if I don't have that, it's getting on my collection, but I'm like 99% sure. But then again, I've been 99% sure I've had other stuff and haven't, so we could be wrong. We got Dark Ampharos. Another good one here, just shocking the world. I mean, that's why he's Dark Ampharos, not Light. We got Light Togetic, Light Togetic. I don't know which one sounds right there. I don't know why it sounds weird to say either of them. Light Togetic. I lose my mind tonight. Must be because I haven't done one of these in a while. Again, this is like first submission video I've done for a little while. Light Togetic? Or is it like Toga? Is it Togetic or Togetic? I think it's like... what are they saying in the anime? Why do I not know this all of a sudden? Am I getting old? I might be getting old. We're going to go with light Togetic. Now, Togepi, Togetic. We're going with light Togetic. I don't know. I know I'm going to get hammered for this one by a certain person or few people in the comments on this one, and I know they won't let me down if they haven't already commented on something else. But yeah, really good looking card. That's what we're going with. All right, we got Vending coming up here. Don't ask me what series sheet it's from, whether it's 1, 2, or 3. I just know, obviously, it's Vending. We got Wigglytuff. Hold on a sec here. I don't know, for a sec, like, I thought I saw, I think that's a piece of dust. Yeah, I thought it was like an eye, and I thought these were Diglets, and I was about to have, like, an epiphany. Like, I think it's what I'm going with, epiphany. Is that when you have, like, no, a revelation. Don't know why I said epiphany. About to have a revelation. Yeah? Neo revelation? It's not even funny at this point. Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing. Can't use words. Can't say words good. We got Porygon here. Another Kazuki artwork. I actually want to zoom in on this one to take a good look. If anyone's ever watched Futurama, this one gives me super Futurama vibes, where they're in the robot city, where the robots kill all humans, and if you block out the brick wall, that's what it looks like to me, but I don't know. Getting Futurama vibes. That show might be, well, I lie. A new season that just came out, even though I'm not super fond of the new season, but if you've never watched Futurama before, check it out. Go through all the old throwback episodes. I know they're on either Netflix or Hulu, but it's a good card. Got Rattata eating the cheese, which also somewhat looks like it could resemble pineapple, which, honestly, thinking about that makes me hungry because I do like me some pineapple. Who did this artwork? Oh, this is Himeno as well. This is kind of not really a Himeno vibe to me. I'm not going to lie, but it's a nice card. He's, like, super pumped to eat that, too. Look at him. He's like, oh, my God. It's the best cheese in my life. Next up, we have Snorlax. And I do want to zoom in on this one, too, because, like... So this was, like, part of, like, a drawing contest submission. It was this, the Jinx, I want to say. No. This, the Mr. Mime, and the Poliwrath were all part of this. And the 3 top ones got made into cards. And it just so happened that it went into Vending. All 3 of them are in Vending. And I think all 3 of them might have a quick starter. And actually, the Mr. Mime, which was Japanese exclusive, is now in the Classic Collection and got released in English. So it's kind of weird, a little freaky to see that card in English, because it had never been in English before. But, is it drawn the best? No. Does it have style? I mean, yeah. It's probably drawn, well, it was drawn by this guy. We got Kaita Takahashi. Well, I mean, he made it onto a Pokemon card, and here I am looking at it, so, I mean, obviously he's better at drawing than I am, so, which is true. I wish I could be an artist, but I am unfortunately not. It does look like he got lazy, though. Like, these claws look pretty good, and then he was just like, just throw these together quick. I don't know, I mean, whatever. Looks good to me, though. I mean, it's a fun card. Very unique. Probably low pop overall, too, just because they're tough to grade. Nice card, though. We've talked enough about Snorlax. We'll move on. We're 23 minutes in. Been dragging videos out. Not necessarily not intentionally at all. It's just working that way. So, you know, maybe some of you are enjoying it. Maybe some of you are screaming, shut up, through the screen, which is also fine. We got Firo here. Very aggressive looking Firo. I guess Firo is always very aggressive looking. Firo just always looks like he's pissed off. Tauros by this Baba. Yeah, Baba. That's a cool card. Baba has great style. Baba still has great style. We got Komiya. Doduo. What is he eating? What's he eating here? He's eating flowers? Kind of thought Doduo would be more into, like, some caterpies or generic bugs, but, you know, whatever those are, flowers it is. Got Venomoth. Nothing too crazy going on here. Geodude. He has all the power. Who did this one? Al? Does it say Al? I never saw it before. Al Korihara? Or is it IE Korihara? No, I don't know. But, yeah, Geodude's got the power. I've never seen that artist before, actually, either. So I've never taken a gander at who did that card in the past. We got Poliwhirl. I know I said Poliwrath. Obviously, there's a Poliwrath from the that contest. But this is the Poliwhirl by Nishida. This gives me a little bit of a... I don't know what kind of vibes it gives. It's like a blot painting almost. Like, you know what I mean? Like the background looks like it was like blotted on there. Who is... This is an artist I've never seen before either. Nobuyuki Habu. This is a cool shelter. I mean, not that I've seen this shelter a million times, but I don't know. I guess see these videos are for me too. You know, it's not just for you guys. It's for me because I get to sit here and I get to see stuff. Like I'm actually seeing it. Like, you know, hey, you see the card, but when I actually take a look at it with you here, you know, we're seeing stuff. We're seeing things. It's like my eyes were closed before and I was blind, but now I can see again. That's a cool shelter. I mean, no pun intended. He's got one eye closed. He's winking, but yeah, cool card. Cool card. Also a very cool one. I have noticed this one in the past. We've got Abra hanging out in the tree. I think there's a card in the modern era here that pays like some homage to this. Actually, gonna zoom in on this. It's gonna drive me nuts. I think I talked about it in a video because I noticed it, but haven't thrown the two pieces together. But we'll come back around to it in a year or two, you know, when I figure that out. We got Slowbro. Ponyta. Is Ponyta like jumping through the door, kicking the door open? Kimura. We have questions. We have questions and no answers. We got Jinx. So this is the one that I thought was the Koro one. But there is a Koro promo with Jinx. It's just not from what I was talking about earlier. It's cool artwork. Again, this is kind of weird. Like, I don't know what's going on. Is Jinx like on the beach, stranded, waiting for somebody to come out and get her? Or I don't know. Got Mew from the CD promo. This has the vending stamp, but and has a rarity symbol. But this is from the CD best song release CD thingy mabobber, which I actually, thinking about it, might have a not sealed copy, but doesn't have the cards. But I'm thinking about doing some merch videos here in the future, and I have a box of random stuff that I decided to go on a merch binge probably 2 years ago, maybe more than that, and I looked at stuff quickly, hung a few things up, and then threw the rest back in the box, put it on a shelf. So maybe we'll re-explore that. Maybe there's nothing good in there, maybe there's great stuff, I don't know, but thinking about doing that in the future just because I think merch has a ton to offer. If you guys think that's a good idea, I mean, you're welcome to comment and say that. If you could care less about merch, well, I understand that as well. We have Sandslash here. This one is no rarity, so this is from the Quick Starter gift set. Farfetch'd. This is from Core promo as well. Nice Komi artwork. He is leak slapping the Digletts like they are the Whack-A-Mole game at an arcade. Can't blame him. I probably would try that too. We have the Jigglypuff, like 1996 best something, how to play Pokemon something promo. Can't even remember. But as crazy as it sounds, I think this is it. I think it's the non-glossy version that's it. Are you the non-glossy version? Yeah, just feeling it. I'm pretty sure it is. But this would be like one of the first promos ever released, which is wild to think. So this is like literally... Does it have a date? No, it doesn't have a date. This is literally 90... Yeah, it says... Am I gonna like be my mind blown with dates in the back of these? No, they all say 96, but this literally would be from 96. It's not a great looking card. Like, it's not super appealing. It's definitely an interesting style. This is from I think the late Kenji Kinabuchi. I think he passed away, unfortunately. His health was not great, and even in his younger years. But yeah, it's not a great card overall, but it's definitely iconic when you think about the history. I mean, this is literally like, you know, what every promo stemmed from this first promo. It's just crazy to think. Then we have one of the best promos of all time. We have the Info Pack Dunsparce. And if you don't like this card, well, shame on you. Shame on you. Hitmontop. This is from one of the movies. I don't know. Well, I don't know what movie it is, but it says it right here. Pikachu the Movie 2000. It says it right there. But I don't know what the movie is. We have Diglett. These next couple cards, they're going to have the original artwork, except for they have a number down at the bottom to label what they were in the deck. And then they also have cool little stamps. So, yeah, the Squirtle stamp, and then the one back here has the Bulbasaur stamp. And these were from the VHS deck, which is actually pretty cool. I was fortunate enough to be able to grab one of those a long time ago when they were cheap and open one up. And I probably still have that somewhere where I could actually go through the contents of it. But, obviously, the cards have since been removed. But, yeah, cool deck. If you ever get a chance to open one of those, or, like, I mean, even it's just cool that the stamp is on those. It makes these unique rather than just being, you know, original base set artwork and jungle artwork. But we got the Diglett, Machop, Jigglypuff. We do have one that's Japanese exclusive. We have the Mad Scientist Bulbasaur. Well, I guess he's not the mad scientist. It looks more like he's the experiment, but nevertheless. We have Arcanine, CD promo. This would have came from the same thing that the Mew was. And there's also a Toyota campaign, Toyota the Vehicle campaign version of this. However, there's no way that I know of to distinguish the two of them. So there is a way to distinguish the Pikachu, but there's no way to distinguish the Arcanine between the regular CD promos, unless you would somehow have the whatever pamphlet information, whatever it came in, sleeve, envelope that has the Toyota information. There'd be no way to distinguish the two, which is a shame, honestly. It'd be sick if they had a little Toyota label on these. We have Pichu here from the Neo 3 file. Neo Premium File 3 or 2? These are 2. I think these are Neo Premium File 2. But we got the Pichu. Yeah, this is 2. And Entei also from the same thing. I think this is the first time they ever did this kind of like reverse foiling with like all the sparkles on the outside of the artwork. And I'm not going to lie, looking at this card, I never noticed this big old fat Rattata in front of him. In all my years seeing this card, probably sold like 20, 30 copies of this, graded and ungraded. Probably gone through this card hundreds of times, and I've never noticed this big old fat Rattata just sitting up front here. That's a big head Rattata. Look at that thing. I'd be scared of that thing if I saw it, because look at thing's pretty big. Huh. This is from Southern Islands. See, again, this is why I like going through this. I'm seeing stuff. We're seeing for the very first time. We got Jigglypuff here with the Weeping Bell and Dodrio in the background. This reminds me, so if you guys aren't aware, there's a lot of old and even newer phone cards. So like you would have used that to literally like, I guess, make calls from a payphone back in the day in Japan. But they did some sick phone cards. I have a bunch of phone cards. We will do like a little video on that at some point. Maybe I'll do that with the merch, but I love the TCG. The TCG is where my heart is, but there is some insane merch out there. There's just some super cool stuff. Phone cards are a little bit more like common. A lot of people do know those exist, but there's some really cool ones, like vintage ones. There's some like prototype ones with like, there's one with like Tyranitar on it, but like a different way that Tyranitar was supposed to be like drawn. It's wild. Like that one's expensive. I think that one's like 10K plus, which is, I know sounds crazy, but I think I know somebody that paid 10K plus for the one, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that probably pay that. We're going a lot of tangents today. I guess, just bear with me here. This is the first time we're doing one of these in a while. We got Ladybug. Looks like Jigglypuff's ear there. Is that what's going on here? Yeah, look, see? I'm not crazy. See, there's the flower. Flower. Right? Yeah, see, look, and there's Ladybug's feet. See? I'm not crazy. Well, I am kind of crazy, but I mean, I know this is a postcard set. Like, it all does form one picture, but when you look at it like this, you don't really notice, which, and right there. So we got Togepi, we'll hold off on that. Got Pikachu waving here, Wartortle, Ivysaur. Man, it's crazy. You know, it's crazy as much as they print Charizard and Pikachu that neither of them actually got a full-on appearance in the set. Did you imagine how expensive the relatively very common Southern Islands like little binder things would be, like both in English and in Japanese, if there was a Charizard and a Pikachu in the set? I mean, even these, because of that being in there, would be just insanely expensive. Like, it'd be absurd. So maybe it's a good thing so that everybody gets to appreciate these. But at the same time, man, I'm not a super Charizard fanboy, but the way that they used to draw Charizard back then, like, in this art style, oh my gosh, it would have been fantastic. Same thing with the Pikachu. Missed opportunities. But we got, again, the Togepi. And lastly, for this submission, this 100-card sub, we have the Mew, the infamous Mew. And this one's very tough to grade. I would highly doubt this thing comes back a 10. If it did, would be super pumped. Also would have a ton of value there, so that would be exciting as well. But yeah, these are so tough to grade. I would say the pop's like sub 100, if not sub 50 on these in 10. But I could be completely wrong on that either, because I'm not well versed in the pop of Southern Islands. But yeah, that was a 36.5-minute video. It's probably too long, but hopefully you guys enjoyed skimming through these with me. It's funny, I always say in the beginning of these that I'm not going to go too in-depth with this stuff because we're going to see them when they get back. And this ends up being longer than what the PSA return video is. Maybe it should be that way. Maybe I should focus more on the art in these and then focus more on, you know, the grade in the other ones. But yeah, here we are, 37 minutes in and just finishing up. So, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, this is the first PSA submission of the year and the first one I've done these in a while. So thanks for tagging along. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, or don't. But either way, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you.